Hello, Mr. Aussie here, bringing you something a little bit different. This is my top 10 favourite zombie maps from Call of Duty. This will be based on the Treyarch zombies, not Infinity War, whatever the hell they're called, or it's Treyarch. Treyarch zombies. I don't need to say much more than that. Number 10, Nacht die Untoten. Who can honestly say that they haven't played this map? The one that started it all. The Call of Duty World at War secret level. Well, it wasn't really secret once I released a trailer for it. I honestly got World at War solely because they had zombies in it. That was it. When I saw the trailer, I went, oh my god, I must get this, I must get this. I actually went out, pre-ordered the game with less than a week, actually came out. Got the game, but the only thing is you couldn't play the zombies map straight away, you had to do campaign. So I rushed campaign on the easiest difficulty, got through it, sat through all the credits, and then the little zombie bit popped up, went, oh yes. I mean, the thing that I do like about this map is that trying to get to high levels with no perks or upgrades, it was difficult, but it was easy if you knew the way. Just get the flamethrower, run and jump under grenades and watch the zombies pile up. That was the fastest way to reach high levels, but they patched it out pretty quickly. Number 9, Kino. Kino de Totten, but everyone just calls it Kino. The first zombies map for Black Ops. I actually have footage on my old channel of somebody getting this game 2 weeks prior to its release and modding it. That's right, the game was moddable already. I know, it's pretty bad. But not all was lost, as Microsoft decided that you could save games in USB. That was the big hype back then. You can save games on the USB and people found a way to mod it. But that's beside the point. Theater of the Dead, or Kino, was originally going to be the 5th zombies map for World at War, which they had to cancel, or not cancel, but put on the back burner. I think it was more so they wanted to change the engine that they were using, kind of updated. They were fairly limited with time and Activision didn't want them to do it for whatever reason. Kino's map size was really good, it was decent, it was nice, people liked it, plus there were hidden radios in it, and this was the start of the story for our beloved zombie crew. Time traveling. One of the reasons why I do like this map as well is because they added a 115 song into it, and this sent the community into a bit of a rave actually. You couldn't go onto YouTube without looking at zombie stuff without somebody adding this over it. It was a great song and it made this map really replayable. Well, not just because of the song, but it was a good map overall. It wasn't too over the top, the open areas just right, but you can get to high rounds really easy because you can train the zombies in a theater area because of how open it was. People loved it. Number 8, Ascension. This map. The first zombies DLC for Black Ops. I remember this map fondly because you could blow up the rocket as soon as it took off. But one of the other things as well is that this map also contained a much bigger Easter egg compared to any of the other zombie maps, which was really good. But what was kind of funny is that it did take the community less than a day to find it, if my memory does recall. And after development, Treyarch was having a bit of a talk on how long it's going to take the community to figure out the Easter egg. Some of them were saying, oh yeah, it's going to take 1 week or 3 days, but they were all really wrong. They didn't realize how quickly people were going to be able to figure it out. The song in this map was actually pretty good. I still kind of listen to it today. This map was pretty good, did have a nice open area, some tight spots, felt like they balanced it out really good, but this map does wear you out pretty quickly if you play it too much, like most maps, but it didn't feel like there was anything that was too much of a big replay factor, aside from blowing up the rocket. But what made this one really interesting was it was the first one to have a decent sized Easter egg in it, and what kept the community going was Richtofen in this was wearing a spacesuit, and everyone was trying to work out why was he wearing a spacesuit and why did the game start off in black and white. Number 7, Gorod Krovi. The third zombie DLC for Black Ops 3. One of the maps I actually liked in Black Ops 3, but I didn't play that much, oddly, but I still rather enjoyed it. Our hero, fan favourite Nikolai. His time has come for him to die. But there was a problem. He was in a mech suit, and there were frickin' dragons. Yeah. dragons. This map was over the top and tripped me out a fair bit. One thing I didn't really like is that it felt like they went too far with everything. Adding dragons and a mech suit, but they did kind of explain how it was all possible with time travel and all that, but I'm not going to bother getting too far into it. It still confuses me now. This map was known to be really glitchy as well, with players randomly getting downed on the map, especially when they're about to go off to the boss area, which upset people a lot. What's one thing people hate doing? Resetting and doing the whole Easter egg all over again just to get to that point, to get downed again. Number 6, Shangri-La, the third Zombies DLC for Black Ops. This was a cool map. I liked it a lot. It was something else. You could say it was out of this world. Why do I say that? The community aren't sure where this map actually takes place, if on Earth at all. A lot of speculation was the map took place on Mars, but we still don't know. Oh, and the trailer to this map. It sold me on just the trailer alone, but it was a song that they used in the trailer. Oh my god. Though people didn't like this map as much as all the other maps. Mainly it did have a lot of tight areas. If you weren't watching where you were going, you were going to get cornered and die really quickly. Though that wasn't the only issue people had with it. The Easter egg in this one was really tricky as well. Honestly, to this point, I was never even able to complete it. It was that hard. One thing I truly don't like about this map, and it's going to sound weird, but it's me, is the music Easter egg. I really didn't like it. I don't know what it is, it just felt really different compared to the other songs, and I kind of don't like the map because of that. But that's me, that's my opinion. Number 5, Call of the Dead, second Zombies DLC for Black Ops. Holy moly, this was a great map. The cast that they got was fantastic as well, but it was given away because of Danny Trejo. He put a photo up on Twitter of him in a mocap suit, and he wasn't actually meant to reveal that. He got told off by Activision for doing that, but it did kind of give it away, but it didn't stop people from enjoying the map when it came out. The cast in this map included Sarah Michelle Gellar, Robert Englund, Danny Trejo, and Michael Rooker. Hopefully I didn't butcher their names. This blows my mind. I still don't think any other Call of Duty games come close to topping this, zombies or not. Though this map did have an interesting Easter egg to complete it as well. You could do it by yourself or with others, but there were 2 ways of going on about it. If you do it by yourself, there is the one way of doing it. If you play it with people, there's the other way of doing it. But it is something that people did want a lot, was to be able to complete an Easter egg by yourself or with people. And the other thing that made this map interesting as well, correct me if I am wrong, was it was the first map to use Morse code in it, I believe. Hopefully I am correct, but I do remember that bit, and it was something people went, whoa, well, this is different. So a lot of people had to go out and learn something new. A lot of people didn't actually know what Morse code was. They did hear of it, but they didn't quite have an understanding of it. So people did research, understood it, and it kind of progressed from there. Even nowadays, we still have some Morse code, but things are even harder now. Number 4, Shino Numa, third Zombies DLC for World at War. This was the first map to bring us our heroes that would span over nearly 10 years, and to be the first fully playable map outside, which is something people wanted because we kept glitching out of Nuck and Farouk, especially me. This map, nice and open, really easy to train zombies, and the other thing as well, they finally added quotes, new characters, but we all started quoting each other. It did kind of get out of hand really quickly, but it was enjoyable, and this was also the first map to really bring in the fog and bring in the dogs. Holy crap, it used to scare me. Fog and dogs, fog dogs. I actually had to stop playing the map because it used to scare the hell out of me, but that was me. I was a bit of a wimp. This is the bonus segment. Back when World at War was really kicking off, people used to find ways of modding the game, giving you from all guns to making yourself invincible. But little do people know, I actually managed to figure out one of the ways to mod the game back then. There was a method of using your gamer tag on your computer, opening it up with a hex editor, and looking for a certain bit in your game tag, which would be message of the day. You used to be able to edit something in there, can't quite remember what it was, and you go back in game and you'd have all these things. Fortunately, it was patched out pretty quickly, but I do recall reading somebody actually managed to find another way of modding it by accident, but they didn't know what they actually changed. I quickly discovered that there was another way of doing it. This way of doing it was to change your controller inputs. That was in your gamer tag as well, which was really weird. I thought it would have been in your game save, but it wasn't. It was in your gamer tag. Once you adjust the controller inputs, the same as what it was. Alright, I want to make myself invincible or no clip. You just change the mapping. So you change, let's say, B button. B button would be assigned to say crouch. You change crouch to no clip or God mode, whatever it was called. And funnily enough, everybody caught onto it really quickly, and they patched it out really quickly as well. So that was my time in the limelight, but I wasn't really well known back then. Number 3, Moon, the last DLC for Black Ops. This map, the size of this map, was out of this world. Oh, what pun. This was widely talked about back in World at War, with people looking at the moon and seeing something on it, but little did we know we would actually go to it. This was something that stirred the community for ages about where we would go next. People did so much research into Nazi history and what they were trying to do. One of them was to build on the dark side of the moon. In the game, they were successful in doing so. The Easter egg on this map was a wild one. Annoying as well, because you had to wait for one of the diggers to move and dig up a certain part of the map, but a lot of the times, for me especially, and I know a few others, it wouldn't move. I'd gotten up to round 40, and at that point I'd just given up because the bloody thing hadn't moved. One of the other things as well I do recall them talking about was adding a new element, which was low gravity, which did change this gameplay up a little bit. Wasn't too bad, but this was one of the most played maps to date, but still isn't the most played map. Number 2, the Giant, aka Doris, the final DLC map for World at War. This map to date, I love this one out of all the maps that have come out. The most hours, the time I've sunk into this map alone would probably be 4 to 5 days worth of playtime alone. This map would also be the first one to contain the Easter egg. Or not literally an Easter egg, but a bunch of steps. This took people by surprise. What made it interesting as well is that they had hidden notes throughout the map as well, explaining what the Nazis were trying to do and the weapons they were building and how they made teleporters, just things like that. It was really, really interesting, and it did stir up the community a fair bit. It's like, well, what else are they doing? Oh, wonder weapons. Oh, this is really interesting. But it did also have the moon in the background, and if you got yourself a sniper, you could see something on it. I wonder what that was. What set this map apart from other maps in World at War was the teleporters, and it was the largest map to date. Oh, and they did chuck in the first map to contain Pack-a-Punch. But one of the other things as well is that people had so many ways of going on about what way they should open up first, and what teleporter we should link up, and how to save as many points. Just, it was crazy. People were really serious about this stuff back then. If you went into a game online and killed zombies the wrong way by stabbing them on the first round, they'd get really upset because, oh, you're not saving enough points. Oh, they'd have a bit of a cry about it. But what was interesting, above all, was the community was still growing. And this was the beginning of something truly unique. Number 1, we're finally here. Mob of the Dead, the second Zombies DLC for Black Ops 2. Yes, I know I said that Giant was my favourite map, but this one was really good. They took real life criminals, put them in this map, and created their own little story. This was something fans didn't know they wanted. This map was a really good size, nice open without causing too much crowding, and they did add in a little jump scare, so a little mini Easter egg. The Easter egg in this one was, one of the things you had to do in this map was build a plane and escape the island, which a lot of people thought, yep, you build that, you get off the island, oh my god, that's it. No, you actually end up going to the bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge if I remember correctly, and on there you just kind of had to run around. If you wanted to get back to the main map, you had to zap yourself, and back there you go. They did have a bit of an interesting one, completing the Easter egg. There was actually 2 ways of completing it, but I won't go too far into it. It's annoying to try and do it. I'm sure somebody else has a video up on that. But one thing as well, they did tease us, was with PhD Flopper, one of the fan favourite perks, and they took it out. But to me, what makes this map really good is it's the most visually stunning map out of all of them. The music was great, the characters, the perks, it all felt fresh. This was the most replayable map and is the most replayed map to date. I honestly don't think I've heard fans ask for a remake of any other map more than Mob of the Dead. Fortunately, it will be coming back in Black Ops 4, but as a remake, not as a remaster. But it will be bigger as well. I do look forward to it once it is here in October. That is all from me. I'm Mr. Aussie. Thank you for hearing my top 10 zombie maps. I know there's more than 10, but 10 was a really good way of going on about it. I was thinking of 5, but there was no way I was going to be able to do 5. So I do hope you enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Aussie. Peace.